This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks that will be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw, June 12th, 2023 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Now we kick off the show with the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. She comes walking down. Adam Pearce is already in the ring. They got a new title for her and all that stuff. Adam Pearce introduces Rhea Ripley, and he shows her the new championship that she will be getting. And yeah, all it is just the World Heavyweight Championship, the same one that Seth Rollins got, but with the white strap and all that stuff. And it looks like it's a little bit smaller as well. But yeah, that's what Rhea Ripley gets. And yeah, she is now considered as the Women's World Champion. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Dominic Mysterio running down there, pretty much grabbing the women's title and all that stuff and putting it around Rhea Ripley's waist and all that stuff, saying that she's the greatest of all time and all that stuff. But then all of a sudden they get interrupted by Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes' theme song hits. He comes walking down, and pretty much he says, what does everybody want to talk about or whatever, and then he tells Rhea Ripley that he respects her and what she does and all that stuff, and she deserves it and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what he says. But then he shows a replay about what happened last week with Dominic slapping him across the face and all that stuff. And Dominic was like, yeah, I'll do it all over again and all that stuff. And Cody was like, okay, cool, how about this? Me and you one-on-one at Money in the Bank. And he sticks his hand out, trying to shake Dominic's hand. Dominic is kind of like hiding behind Rhea Ripley's back and stuff like that. Pretty much, and he says, I'll slap you just like I would slap anybody else or whatever. And then all of a sudden, Cody's like, alright, let's have a match and have Money in the Bank. And he's, then after that, we see The Miz coming up from behind him trying to attack Cody, but Cody turned around punching Miz in the face, and then he clothesline, then Dominic was trying to attack him, but Cody turned back around quickly, and Dominic was getting out in the ring and stuff, and same for Rhea Ripley. And then Miz is getting back up. Cody Rhodes clotheslines him over the top rope, and then Dominic hits him in the back of the head, knocking him down, and quickly got out of the ring. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment though. But yeah, up next it will be Cody Rhodes versus The Miz, one-on-one, up next on Raw, the first match of the night. So yeah, that match will be happening up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Cody Rhodes versus The Miz, one-on-one on Monday Night Raw tonight. This is the first match of the night. And this match, it was a pretty good match. Now, Miz has been throwing on some freaking bangers lately. Not even gonna lie. Him and, definitely with him and stuff. But yeah, during this match, Cody Rhodes got busted open in the back of the head. I think it was when he got thrown into the steel steps or something. So yeah, he was bleeding from the back of the head. It wasn't like too bad, but it was noticeable and stuff. But they didn't try to stop the match or nothing like that. But yeah, we get to the match, and like I said, this match was a pretty good match and stuff, going back and forth and everything. Miz is kicking Cody Rhodes' injured arm and all that stuff. At one point, he kicks Cody in the leg and stuff, knocking him down, kicks him upside the head, and then hits that nice DDT onto Cody Rhodes while he's on his knees. He pins him 1, 2, Cody barely kicking out at 2. Miz waits for Cody to get back up. He tries to hit Skull Crusher finale onto Cody up until Cody reverses it by dragging him down, and then Cody ducks underneath his clothesline. He springboard off the second rope with the Cody Cutter onto the Miz, and then he waited for him to get back up, and then he hits Crossroads onto the Miz, and then he pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Cody Rhodes defeated the Miz tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. Pretty good match to kick off the show. I'll give that match 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. Pretty good match though, like I said, to kick off the show. But then after that, they showed, we see Becky Lynch talking to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn backstage. We don't know what they said, but she was talking to him, and then she walks away from them. And then she sees Alpha Academy doing some weird stuff or whatever, and then she just walks away and then comes out there to the ring. So yeah, up next, Becky Lynch will be in action up against Chelsea Green, one-on-one up next on Raw. And still to come later on tonight, we'll see Matt Riddle versus Damian Priest in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. And on that, we'll see the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Intercontinental Champion Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser Imperium later on tonight in a tag team match. So yeah, that match will be happening later on tonight as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw, now we get to the next segment of the night where we see Becky Lynch. She comes out there to the ring and she grabs a mic talking about the Money in the Bank ladder match. Somehow she qualified into it last week and everything by defeating Sonya Deville and her qualifying into the match. And she says that she has accomplished pretty much a lot of stuff in her career, winning the Royal Rumble, Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships, the Women's Tag Team titles, and all that stuff. But she said the one thing that eluded her career for so long is the Money in the Bank contract. How she wants to become Miss Money in the Bank and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Becky Lynch was talking about. Then she was talking about Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark and all that stuff. Somehow Zoe Stark, qualifying to the Money in the Bank as well. She can't wait to get her hands on to Zoe Stark. But then Zoe Stark comes out, and yeah, Zoe Stark starts talking a lot of crap to Becky Lynch, and she says that Trish Stratus is not there tonight, and that Becky Lynch will get taken care of that Money in the Bank. And Becky Lynch is like, "How about you come down here then, Zoe?" And Zoe starts talking about talking a lot of crap about Becky. Becky was talking about how Zoe got a lot of things. She knows how to talk and do stuff in the ring and all that stuff. But one thing that she's lacking is personality. And Zoe starts talking about, you talking about personality, the thing that got you famous was somebody busting you up. That's what got you famous. And she said, how about this? I can make you famous by going down there and busting you up again. And Becky Lynch said, let's see what you can try to do or whatever. But then all of a sudden we see Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville come out there, and they started talking and stuff. They started talking to Zoe Stark at first, and Stark just bucked up at him and all that stuff. But yeah, Chelsea Green was talking about how, even though Becky Lynch got lucky and stuff about defeating Sonya Deville, she said she'll make sure about defeating Becky Lynch tonight. And Sonya was talking about saying that she was checking on her friend last week, and that's why Becky got lucky. And Becky was like, all right, how about this? Just come on down here and I'll beat you up then right quick. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then Becky tells Zoe Stark to sit down and watch this match. So yeah, Zoe Stark is sitting down on the ladder, on the ramp and all that stuff, watching this match. Sonya Deville is at ringside, and yeah, we get a one-on-one match, Becky Lynch versus Chelsea Green one-on-one. This match, it was okay. We see Chelsea Green at the ending hitting a enziguri, kicking Becky Lynch upside the head, and then she was trying to hit the unprettier onto Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch pushes her away, grabs her for the manhandle slam, but then Chelsea Green reverses that by rolling Becky Lynch up, but she only got a 2 count because Becky turned that pin around to disarm her, making Chelsea Green tap out. So yeah, Becky Lynch defeated Chelsea Green tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened for that match. I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was an okay match, but yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, they started showing the replay about what happened last week on Raw with Seth Rollins defending the World Heavyweight Championship up against Damian Priest and all that stuff. So yeah, they were showing that. But then after that, we see the Judgment Day backstage. All 4 members, Finn Bálor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio, they're all talking. Finn is not talking to him. But yeah, and they was talking about how Rhea got a new Women's World Championship and all that stuff, and how she deserves it and all that stuff. And then Damian Priest was talking about how he's going to be qualifying into the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and he tells everybody that he just wants everybody to stay backstage, and he wants to do it on his own. So yeah, that's what he said. And Rhea Ripley was like, yeah, that's fine, and all that stuff. But then when Priest walks away, Bálor just gives him like a freaking glare, and Rhea was like, is everything okay, Finn? And Finn was like, yeah, I just got a lot of stuff on my mind. So yeah, that's what happened there. But up next it'll be Matt Riddle versus Damian Priest 1-on-1 in the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match, qualifying match. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Damian Priest versus Matt Riddle 1-on-1 in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. So yeah, we get to this match, and this match, it was a pretty good match between these two guys. Like, these two guys was throwing a freaking banger in the ring. At one point, we see Matt Riddle trying to springboard, I guess, over the top rope or whatever. but he gets punched in the face, so he starts hanging on top of the top rope and stuff. Damian Priest grabs him and hits a Dirty Deeds off the top rope. If you know what I'm talking about, is Dean Ambrose's old finish move where he gets you in the headlock version. He just like throws you down face first. So yeah, that same move Damian Priest hits on Matt Riddle. He pins him 1-2. Riddle barely kicking out at 2. Priest decides to climb up, grab Matt Riddle. He climbs up the top turnbuckle. He tries to hit the Razor's Edge onto Matt Riddle off the top turnbuckle, but Riddle does like a backflip landing on his feet and stuff. Riddle jumps up there and grabs Damian Priest, hitting a fisherman suplex off the top turnbuckle. He pins Priest 1-2. Damian Priest barely kicking out at 2 as well. Both of them was just going at it and stuff. Riddle tries to springboard off the second rope, but Priest quickly grabbed him from behind, lifting him up and hitting Razor's Edge onto him, pinning him for the 3 count. So yeah, Damian Priest defeated Matt Riddle tonight in the one-on-one match, and he qualifies into the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. That's what happened. Pretty good match, though. I give that match 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty damn good match between Matt Riddle and Damian Priest. But then, after the match ended, we see the Intercontinental Champion Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser come up, and Gunther and Damian Priest gets face-to-face. Priest looks at me and tells him to go get the scraps. And he walks away, and Gunther gets into the ring, starts attacking Matt Riddle. Riddle was trying to fight back, but, it's 2-on-1 and all that stuff, so they're beating the hell out of him. Ludwig Kaiser lifts Riddle back up, holding him up, and Gunther hits a chop to him onto the chest. So, yeah, laying him out. But, yeah, pretty good stuff right there. But then, after that, we see Cody Rhodes getting interviewed backstage, and he was talking about how Rhea Ripley accepted Dominic's challenge and stuff, so he'll be facing Dominic one-on-one. He'll make sure he beats Dominic, and he's going to try to get Brock Lesnar again and finish him as well, so he can go finish the story. So, yeah, that's what Cody Rhodes said. But yep, that's what happened there. Pretty good stuff, though. But still to come, later on tonight on Raw, we will see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser Imperium later on tonight in a tag team match. That will probably be the main event. So yeah, that match is still to come later on tonight on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw, now before we talk about the next match, which is Ricochet versus Bronson Reed, we got to talk about a few segments backstage. So we see Byron Saxton interviewing Natalya, talking about how Natalya hasn't been herself after losing to Rhea Ripley. And she goes like, you know what, I haven't been myself, you know what, I guess that's a good thing, huh? And then walks away. But yep, that's what happened there. And then Byron Saxton sees Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, so he goes up and interviews him, and while they were talking about Imperium, all of a sudden we see Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser Imperium coming up, talking, interrupting them, and Kevin Owens gets all pissed off and everything, and Gunther and them was like, how about this, how about y'all defend the tag team titles tonight then? If you think you can beat us, and Kevin Owens was like, you know what, we'll defend the tag team titles and everything. So yeah, that's what happened there, and they walked away, and Adam Pearce was like, okay, and then Gunther was like, well, you heard him, so make the match official, make them defend the tag team titles. And Adam Pearce was like, okay, I'll get back to y'all. So yeah, that's what happened there, and then we get to the next match of the night. It was, before that, we see Jinder Mahal, Veer Mahan, and Sangha in this year backstage, and they was talking about Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, and they was talking about how they're going to give him a proper match next time. So yeah, that's what Jinder Mahal said. But yep, that's what happened there. And then we get to the next match, Ricochet versus Bronson Reed 1-on-1. It was going back and forth and everything. Shinsuke Nakamura eventually comes down there. He sits at ringside. We see Bronson Reed grab Ricochet and tosses him into Shinsuke Nakamura, taking both of them out. He throws Ricochet back into the ring. And Bronson Reed was trying to take out Ricochet up until Shinsuke Nakamura gets in there, starts attacking Bronson Reed, which caused a disqualification. So yeah, Bronson Reed defeated Ricochet by DQ. Ricochet gets pissed off. So yeah, Ricochet turns Shinsuke Nakamura around. He gets face to face with him and everything. Both of them starts arguing and everything up until Bronson Reed knocks Shinsuke Nakamura into Ricochet, taking both of them out. Bronson Reed drags Nakamura in the middle of the ring after clotheslining him, and then he climbs at the top turnbuckle, about to hit the tsunami onto him, up until Ricochet gets over there, starts fighting him and stuff, and then Ricochet gets knocked off, and then Nakamura comes up, kicking him upside the head. He grabs Bronson Reed while he's already up there. Ricochet climbs up there as well, and they hit a double superplex onto Bronson Reed, laying him out. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment though. But yep, for that match, I'll give it 2 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was an okay match and everything, but it ended in DQ. But yeah, that's why I'll give it 2 stars. But then after that, we see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens talking backstage. And Sami Zayn was talking about, are you all good, KO, since, your stress level's been at 10 or whatever. And Owens was like, no, I'm at 6.5 and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what he was talking about. And, Sami Zayn was like, we're probably going to be defending the tag team titles and all that stuff. And Owens was like, yeah, I know, but I think I'm all good. And then Kevin Owens was like, I couldn't deal with all this since I've been stressing out with the bloodline, and then they keep on coming back, and then these Imperium guys and all that stuff coming at us and all that stuff. I'm getting all tired of it. You know why? I'm getting a bottle of water. And Kevin Owens was like, do you want one as well? Sami Zayn says, sure. KO walks away, and Sami Zayn was like, yeah, I think he's all good. But yep, that's what happened there. Pretty funny segment right there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next segment happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw, we'll get to the next segment, but before we talk about that segment, we gotta talk about Adam Pearce. Now, Adam Pearce is on the phone. They made a match official that later on tonight in the main event, it will be the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Intercontinental Champion Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser Imperium later on tonight in a tag team match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. So yeah, the tag team titles are now on the line later on tonight in the main event. But yep, that's what happened there. And then we get to the next segment where we get Finn Bálor. He comes out there to the ring and he calls out the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. So yeah, Seth Rollins comes out and the fans was just, singing along and would not let Finn Bálor talk at all. Like, every time Finn Bálor tried to talk, the fans would interrupt him by singing Seth Rollins' song and all that stuff. So yeah, Finn Bálor could never talk at all. And Seth was like, you called me out here, so what did you want to say? And Finn Bálor was like, well, for 7 long years and all that stuff. And then he kept on getting interrupted. He goes like, what, seven long years for what? What do you want to say off your chest if you've been waiting for this long? Since you want to ruin the party and all that stuff, what did you want it to say? And Finn Bálor was talking about how for 7 long years that he wants to get back at Seth Rollins. And he challenges him to a match at Money in the Bank for the World Heavyweight Championship because of what Seth Rollins did to him 7 years ago at SummerSlam, where it was supposed to be his moment where he got injured by Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins took away his momentum, his title, and a year off of his career. And Finn Bálor says that he wants to do the same thing to Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. And Seth Rollins accepted the challenge, so yeah, that match is now made official. And yeah, Seth Rollins like, oh, is that what you want to do? Well, we can see what you're going to have to do at Money in the Bank and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Seth Rollins was talking about. And he says that, and he called Finn Bálor a bitter man, and he called Finn Bálor bitter while he's getting better. That's the difference from them from 7 years ago. So yeah, that's what Seth Rollins said. And Seth Rollins said, if it's going to be this version of Finn Bálor at Money in the Bank, I don't want him because this one definitely can't beat me. But if it's going to be the other version of Finn Bálor, that one got a chance because he beat me 7 years ago at SummerSlam with his arm hanging from his body. So yeah, that's what Seth Rollins said. He says that Finn Bálor better bring that version of him at Money in the Bank. But yep, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment though. I really liked it. But yeah, up next we'll be seeing Raquel Rodriguez up in action because she'll be taking on one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Shayna Baszler, up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that match will be up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Raquel Rodriguez versus one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Shayna Baszler with Ronda Rousey at ringside. This match was okay. Shayna Baszler was going after Raquel's leg and all that stuff during this match, but Raquel takes her down, and she springboard off the second turnbuckle with the corkscrew elbow drop onto Shayna Baszler. But then we see Ronda Rousey getting up on the ring apron, distracting Raquel. Raquel grabs Ronda, but then Shayna goes up behind her, rolling her up for a pin, with Ronda putting her feet up against Raquel, pushes some momentum onto her shoulders pretty much. And Shayna Baszler got the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Shayna Baszler defeated Raquel Rodriguez tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. For that match, I'll give it 1 star. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, later on tonight in the main event, it will be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships later on tonight on Raw. But up next, it will be Chad Gable versus Eric for the Viking Raiders. Up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Chad Gable with Otis and Maxine Dupree, Alpha Academy, versus Eric with Ivar and Valhalla, the Viking Raiders, in a one-on-one match. So yeah, Chad Gable versus Eric one-on-one. In this match, it was okay. We seen Chad Gable climb up the top turnbuckle and jump off with the diving headbutt onto Eric, laying him out and stuff. But then we see Valhalla staring at Maxine Dupree, and she decides to go up and try to attack her. So yeah, she runs up on Maxine Dupree, but Maxine Dupree hits a arm drag onto Valhalla, and then Ivar comes up holding back Valhalla and stuff, and we see Otis and Maxine Dupree cheering about it and all that stuff. Eric grabs Chad Gable, throws him into the corner, and Chad Gable jumps over him, but rolling him up for the 3 count. So yeah, Chad Gable defeated Eric of the Viking Raiders tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened for that match. I'll give it 1.5 stars as well. I'll give it was an okay match, but yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Finn Bálor backstage talking to JD McDonough backstage, and apparently he was giving him some advice and all that stuff. And then Damian Priest comes up, and Damian Priest pointed out that Finn Balor's in a better mood after getting a World Heavyweight Championship shot at Money in the Bank and all that stuff. And Finn Balor was like, yeah, I'm in a great mood after that. And Finn Balor says that you should be happy that you got a opportunity to become Mr. Money in the Bank, but you wouldn't cash in on me, would you? And Damian Priest was like, yeah, sure, I will, because, you couldn't keep your word, so why should I, or whatever. And he was talking about that Finn Balor should keep that same energy for Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. So yeah, that's what Damian Priest said to Finn Balor. But yeah, up next will be the main event. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, the main event will be up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now before we talk about the main event, we gotta talk about a segment that happened backstage. So we see Kathy Kelly, she's interviewing the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins is talking about how he's been feeling so good, definitely after tonight with that crowd and everything, and how he wants to continue to party into next week, where he wants to have a open challenge for his World Heavyweight Championship so anyone can answer to it. So yeah, that's what Seth Rollins says. So yeah, next week on Raw, we'll see Seth Rollins delivering an open challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. Not only that, we'll see Logan Paul returning next week on Raw as well. So yeah, many more stuff to happen next week. But yeah, that's everything from backstage. And then when we get to the main event, it was the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Intercontinental Champion Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser Imperium in a tag team match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. So yeah, this was the main event, and this match was freaking amazing. The crowd was into it and everything. Both of these teams giving it all they can in this match. At one point, we see Imperium getting involved with Gunther lifting up Sami Zayn with the powerbomb. He tosses him up in the air, and Kaiser just hitting a European uppercut to the back of the head onto him and stuff. And then Kaiser takes out Kevin Owens with a kick to the head and knock him off the ring apron. And then he hit a suicide dive onto Kevin Owens, which he kind of almost messed up, but he was okay. He just got his foot a little bit caught up on the ropes and stuff. And then that's when Gunther hits that big-ass lariat, the clothesline, onto It's Sami Zayn turning him inside out. He pins him 1, 2. And Sami literally barely kicking out too, like really barely kicking out. And Gunther picks him right back up and hits a second one onto him, pins him again, and Sami kicking out at 2 is again after that. And then Kaiser gets back into the ring and stuff. He's the one that's tagged in at this point. And yeah, Gunther lifts up Sami Zayn on his shoulders like the electric chair version. And Kaiser jumps off the second turnbuckle with that European uppercut with Gunther just throwing Sami Zayn backwards, which made him do a backflip off of his shoulders. And then we see Kaiser pinning Sami Zayn, and he got a 2 count because Gunther was trying to save him and stuff with Kevin Owens getting into the ring, but Kevin Owens pushed Gunther on top of them, which broke up the pin at the count of 2. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then Kevin Owens and Gunther starts brawling outside the ring and stuff, and Gunther takes out Kevin Owens by throwing him into the ring post, and then we see Matt Riddle coming down, but a bunch of referees and security guards try to stop him and stuff, but he gets hit with a big boot by Gunther, and then Kevin Owens turns Gunther around, hitting a DDT onto him on the ramp, taking him out for the rest of the match. Kaiser was just looking at them, and he turns around and he tries to hit Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn ducks, and Sami Zayn hits the blue thunder bomb onto him, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens defeated Imperium tonight in a tag team match, and they have retained the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. That's what happened. Really good match. It's been, I think, I can't remember the last time Sami Zayn won a match with the Blue Thunder Bomb. But yeah, he did tonight, though. But yeah, for that match, I'll give it 4 stars. That's why I'll give it. That was match of the night right there. Really, really great match. For tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, I'll give it 8.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good show. I really liked it for sure. But yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. But yeah, that has been my Monday Night Raw reviews. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. And I'll be down there in the description box, and I'll see you guys later for this Friday's Friday Night SmackDown reviews, and this Wednesday's AEW Dynamite reviews. And yeah, and AEW Collision, which will be coming on Saturday. I'll be talking about that as well, so yeah, look out for all those. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then.